Okay, so what I'm seeing in the world today regarding belief systems is that many people are literally becoming more and more separated and divided in their belief systems as the world drama continues to unfold. So there's an amplification right now of Christian belief systems, you know, that you need to be righteous and this is bad. And there's concurrently an amplification of satanic belief systems, which is, well, what we're seeing in the world today. So, this inflation or amplification of belief systems is really just the nature of the ego just bubbling to the surface, you know? The pot is bubbling at high speed, really intense heat right now. So, what happens? Well, eventually the ego is going to reach boiling point and dissolve, basically. So, instead of this dramatic separation and division we're seeing with opposing forces of belief systems, we're going to see a sort of integration of everything. And an analogy I'll give is the sun. The sun is always shining. From certain perspectives, the sun might not be shining in some parts of the world, but objectively and absolutely, it's always shining. It's never not shining. So, essentially, the sun shines on the good and the bad, the good and evil, impartially, you know. And when it, like, always shines, it's not judging anyone, it's just doing its job by shining, you know. And eventually what is kind of like false or goes against the integrity of the true self comes to boiling point to be seen and then dissolved. So as I said before, there's an intensification of opposing belief systems now in the world. And meanwhile, at the absolute level, the light is a shining on everything now. So no stone shall be left unturned. And this was what you might call divine neutrality, you could say. Seeing everything for what it is until only the real is left, which is the eternal sunshine of the spotless self. And before that sort of becomes revealed again, I mean, it's always been there, a lot of, programs and belief systems have to have light shone upon them. So until nothing is left but you, which is the eternal self. And that is love. So God loved the world. God so loved the world that he got his only son into the world. So we are the sun, that is the true self. expressing God's love for the world. So, not caring if you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, or Satanist, the love is always there, because the sun shines on everything, unconditionally and impartially. So I hope that kind of puts things into perspective. And, God's true mission, I would say, is not defeating evil in this world, although there is evil in this world, for sure. Yes, absolutely. We live in duality. But I would say that the mission is integration, to the extent that it doesn't, trigger you anymore. And when Christ was on the cross, being crucified, undergoing unbelievable, unimaginable pain, he didn't say, these guys are evil, I hate them. He said, Father, just genuinely forgive them, for they know not what they do. And that's because they're in a state of ignorance, which is the false self. They're covered by their own belief systems, the false self. So, of course, you forgive someone who is genuinely ignorant, because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know who they are or what they're doing. They're covered up by their false expressions, false paradigms, false programming and belief systems. But underneath all that is the sun, which is always within everyone, but also above everyone as well. As above, so below. So there we go. As the Leonard Cohen song goes, there is a crack in everything, and that's how the light gets in. And that crack is the false aspects of the self, the clouds of conditioning that we all carry, that we've all chosen to carry, until we eventually return to the self, which is the Son of God. So we are all sons of God, all daughters of God. And so, we are siblings. We just forgot. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining, and much love. Take care.